Hey everybody, this is Chef Robin Lewis with Since Day1 Records. Happy Sunday. As promised, I'm here. I'm gonna show you how I'm making a lamb roast, 2-wrap lamb roast with root vegetables. That's gonna be braised, and we do own the rights to the music playing. It's my son T-Cush, our artist for Since Day1 Records. The name is Trippin'. So hope you'll enjoy that. I'm going to start with putting some olive oil in the pan. We're also going to add some Malbec wine. You can use Merlot or Cabernet. Just a good full-bodied strong wine. Cheers. So basically, once the pan gets hot, I'm gonna salt and pepper. I have some Himalayan sea salt and tri-pepper. Let's see. Trouble with my grinder here. Let me get my other one. Every time it keeps kicking. I love these tri-pepper. There's coriander in here, and it has a really good flavor. All right, we gotta turn this over. And I have 3 cloves of garlic already chopped that I'm gonna rub it with.
How y'all doing today?
It's cold and rainy today here in Atlanta, windy. It's about 30 degrees, so we're making a nice home-cooked, warm meal. So let's see if my oil's ready. Yeah. I've already slit this one. I'm going to slit this one for you and show you. A lot of people choose, I'm just slitting the fat like this. A lot of people choose to put garlic cloves inside the meat. I'm not a fan of that. To me, it makes it too strong, and that particularly you get a really hot pocket of garlic. I'd rather just rub the outside of the meat. And I'm just putting some little slits in. The other thing we're going to do is lay some rosemary and fresh thyme on the bottom of it and on top of it. Like that, so we can enjoy that one more time. Basically, you can just put this in a pan, or a lot of people would also choose to put it in a slow cooker. The problem is you don't develop the Maillard reaction type notes. You don't get this type of browning, and so I like to have those browned sweet notes. I do it on my prime rib, on my roast beef that I make. I do the same thing. I'll put the cuts in, even my pot roast. I'll put them, the chuck steaks in the pan and brown it before I put it in my liquid and finish braising it. And this smells really good. This is some New Zealand lamb that's been rolled and netted together. Now, the reason why I don't put the garlic in the pan here is because it's searing pretty hot and it'll burn and it'll have a really strong burnt note. So what I do is rub it after when I put it in the pan. And we're just going to turn these a little more to get all the sides.
Okay. Say hello.
Hey everyone, this is Robin Lewis, and I'm cooking these are about two pound lamb roasts. So they're going to be slow roasted with root vegetables. I have fresh thyme and rosemary. I have fresh organic beets, celery, fennel bulb. Don't be afraid to use fennel bulb. It tastes like anise, but when it's cooked in the wine and the juice of the meat, it's not that strong in flavor. It has a similar texture to celery. We have some organic carrots, some Dutch gold, and red potatoes. And we're going to slow roast the meat first, and then later in the process, we're going to go back, we'll add those root vegetables into the pan. If you like rutabagas and turnips, you can add that as well. I'm particularly just not a fan of that. Sorry, rutabagas and tomatoes or turnips. It just doesn't float my boat. So, but you know, if that's something you like, you can also put Brussels sprouts in. If you want to pan roast them in, those would be very tasty as well. And this smells terrific, especially if you like the smell of lamb. But the young lamb is really mild in flavor. So I have my big. I'm trying to get all the sides roasted. I just sprinkled them with sea salt and fried black pepper, and it's sauteing in some olive oil. Here's my roasting pan. What I'm going to do is put down a little bed of thyme for each roast. And then look at this rosemary. It's huge. So I'm just going to put 2 stalks this way. And then we'll be good to lay the rest of it on top. So let's see how this is coming along. I'm just trying to reduce down this fat a little bit too. Let me go back to Sorry, we're trying to get some music to play. We'll do so let's see how brown and caramelized this fat is. That'd be really good. Give it a little more flavor. Volume's up. No, you're turning it off. You turn it. So I'm just sauteing and searing the rest of this. Just have some and pretty color on it. This one definitely does.
It's got a pretty color. Huh?
Yep. They're kind of a little odd shape, so they're hard. You have to kind of roll around with it a little bit more than you would a flat chuck roast or something like that, a flat steak. We do own the copyrights to this music. This is our artist T-Cush, and the song is Right Moves. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these up. I'm going to turn on the heat just a little bit. I'm going to put this up. Lay this right on the herbs. Okay. I'm going to take some of this wine and use it. I'm going to add a little bit of tomato sauce. This is actually my favorite. It's a Victoria tomato basil sauce. Tomatoes go well with my baby is sporty, if I can afford it, make sure that I give me a check, I see all the things you be having, I notice the dudes you attracted, a life that the magic can talk by your looks, you distracted, I'll be all shipping, let you be the captain, pussy ass haters keep catching, and this is about a cup of sauce we're going to add to it. Keep it all G, what's happening, baby, no taxing, indica got you relaxing, take a big, keep passing, hands on the wheel, but I feel what you keep on grabbing, she like a Nina, stay close to my hip, I sex her in and she service the bitch, she wanna coast on the dick, you wanna post for the pics, she trying to ghost right the whip, and I really boast for the hoes, always trying to roast some shit, put some bellies on the toes, blue with the old gold tips, my baby better she knows. This is about a large clove and a half of some fresh chopped garlic. Everybody wanna smoke my vegetables, even sexy hoes. Get a rubbing in my lap, trying to fest the bone. 23's on, what the fuck's stepping on? Rolling the kush up tight in the alcohol. I heard you wanna blow down like a saxophone. Baby, since day one, what a strong. We have some French curry here. So I'm just gonna large kind of home style cut them. This is a Santuco knife. It's my favorite kind of chopping knife. Alright, so we have those. I'm going to cut this fennel up. I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller because it's a little bit spicier. But you can also use this in fresh slaws too, if you like. I already have this celery prepared. I like the flavor of the leaves, so I bring it in, but I'm just kind of biased cutting it. I sharpen my knife every time before I use it. That, you know, prevents injury. No one wants that. So I have all of this, and I'm gonna cut.
Thank you.
Cut these.
Some nice slippers.
Oh, yeah. These are my unicorn bunny slippers that Antonio, my husband, was so nice to get me, that my little French bulldog wants to get a hold of very badly. But I will not let him. He sits patiently in my shoe closet waiting for them to fall off the shelf. So these are some really cute small baby beets, organic beets. And they're just really beautiful in the mix of all the colors. We have green, we have orange, we have yellow, and these beautiful dark red, full of good antioxidants. So I'm just gonna kind of quarter these a little bit. I'll actually just half them because they're so small.
My cup of wine right here, ladies. This is my cup of wine right here. All the beautiful ladies of the world today tuning in to watch this cooking. That's good.
Yep.
That is so good.
And you can put more or less of what you like. It's let's go back and see how our sauce is doing. Okay, so this is reducing nicely. Looks beautiful. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna pour this on here gently, just a little bit. And we don't want to take everything off. Okay. Oh, I wish you could smell that. It smells beautiful. Wonderful. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the rest of my.
How you doing, Kelly?
Rest of my
Amy, Joanne.
Spices. And
thanks. She said nice. How you doing, Amy?
Gonna put a little more thyme. Thyme is one of my favorite herbs. I know I've said that before, but I really can't say it enough. I like to use it in a lot of different things. So the next part to this is we are gonna take this and wrap it up really tight with foil, but I just want to cut up my potatoes just a little bit. So this is probably going to roast about 4 hours.
Oh, Maria said you made the best short ribs she ever ate in her life. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Maureen.
Hey, Maureen. How you doing, love? Yeah, maybe I'll need to do those one of these days. I can put them on the show. They're pretty easy. So I'm just quartering these. I love the Dutch potatoes. They have such a great texture. They're good roasted. I actually love them mashed. They're kind of similar to the yellow butter potatoes.
Yes, Miss Amy, we about to grub up some. Wish you was here so you could have some. We'll even share our wine with y'all.
Well, hopefully you guys can feel confident enough to try this for a Christmas meal. You know, it's really quite lovely. Traditionally, and you can tell me what you guys like to do. I like to do a prime rib. And normally I make crab stuffed mushrooms.
What's up, Vic?
So that's another recipe I'm dying to show you guys. it's one of my favorite things. A couple months back, I made
Hey, cuz.
my crab and corn soup, and I hope you guys made it and had a chance to enjoy that. Don't want the leaves to get in there. Throw this away. So I already have the oven preheated to 400 degrees. It's going to go in at that, and I need to cover it. And then because you're putting such a large pan in, it causes the oven temperature to drop. So if you put it at 325, it would be too low. So if you started at 400, then once you get the pan in, we're going to reduce it to 325 and then let it roast for about 4 hours. So let me get my foil. And what we're going to do is once we put it in, we're going to come back in about 4 hours when it's ready and let everybody see what it looks like. So I'm going to put it this way. Make sure it's really like a real good seal. Because basically, you want that moist heat to, you want all the liquids to be able to steam it. That's going to help tenderize it faster than if you just tried to dry roast it open. The meat would be way too tough.
Look who just popped in, T-Cush. What's up, Kush? Kush in the house. What's up, Kush?
I was gonna try to scare y'all, and I was like, I saw you holding up the phone. I was like, dang, he's doing well. I was gonna try to scare you.
All right.
Yo, what's up? How we doing? T-Cush. It's a family day. We just chilling on Sunday. You know, I've been chilling a little bit lately, but we about to have some new music coming out for you guys. It's a secret. But I just thought I'd give a little shout out to you guys. I want to give a shout out to DJ Ruvel, at Sound District, Mr. Mario Picasso, and Darnell Austin Sr. You guys are the men, I should say, and Antonio and my mama here.
Yep, and we're going to play his song Trippin' again because it's my favorite, so I could listen to it all day. And we just had Right Moves on. So, hey, why don't you come over? You can sing to it.
No.
Come on.
Come sing.
But yeah, you guys can check my music out at Apple Music, Spotify, what's the other one called?
Amazon.
Yeah. So
Deezer.
Look up T-Cush, that's T-Cush, and then follow me on Instagram at T-Cush Official. And then Facebook at Thomas ZACZEK.
That's Kush right there, y'all. That's Kush.
So in a few minutes, in about, like I said, an hour and a half, we'll put these vegetables in. So it'll all be roasted in the flavors of the wine, of the tomatoes, the broth, and all the herbs. It should have a really uniform flavor. So let's take one more picture of this before it goes in. And you can have that. Thank you, everybody. See you in a little bit. Hi, everyone. Good evening. This is Robin Lewis with Since Day1 Records. We're picking back up from our broadcast earlier today when I was making the roasted lamb with root vegetables. It's finally done about 3 hours later. This is what we have. Ta-da! So this has 2 wrapped lamb roasts. It has beets, carrots, fennel, celery, some Dutch and red potatoes. We're gonna take the meat out and just let it rest for a minute. Ooh, it's very tender right here. So I can put these vegetables in a bowl. I'll pull these out so I can make some gravy. It has some thyme leaves, fresh thyme sprigs, rosemary sprigs in it. Oh God, that's a big one.
Put that one on. Is that on?
This burns in here. And thank you for all who joined earlier today. I was saying this would be a really nice Christmas dish. It's really great on a cold evening like tonight. It's been rainy and about 30 degrees the whole weekend here in Atlanta. So this, I seared the lamb in a deep pot with some olive oil and on all sides, and then I had 3 cloves of garlic that I rubbed the meat with. I put salt and pepper on it, and then I laid a bed of rosemary and thyme in the bottom of the pan, and I reduced the pan juices with wine and a marinara sauce, and reduced that down, and then poured it on top of the meat, and then put it covered in the oven at 325 degrees for about 3 hours. And in the last hour, I added all of the diced vegetables. And so what I'm going to do now is strain my my pan drippings. So we can just kind of get all the solids out. See, so that's most of the spices and some of the tomato solids. Really rich. So in the pan drippings, I reduced it with some Malbec wine and some beef broth. If you have lamb stock, you can use that. So now I had a little bit of beef stock left that I added some cornstarch to, and I'm just going to add some of this to it to make my final sauce for the roast. So this is considered a traditional brown sauce, or Espanol sauce. So I didn't make a roux with it, I used cornstarch, but typically an Espanol sauce, it's one of the 4 mother sauces. Ready, and so I'm just going to let this thicken for a minute, and I'm actually going to add just a little more of this to it. Just want it to be a little bit thinner. Okay. And I'm going to cut the necks on here. I'm not going to cut both of these. I'm going to save that one. So we'll take this neck off. And boy, that's just almost ready to fall apart. So then it's pretty easy to carve. We're just going to carve it into slices. You can just kind of pull it apart if you like. See how beautiful that is. And it just really just is falling apart right off the knife here. You see? How does it smell, Antonio?
It smells delicious. Ice Kush, how it smell?
It does. It will make the house smell really
How
great.
do it smell, Kush?
Smells like lamb, Antonio.
That's why Mama ain't asking because she know he was gonna come with something like that instead of just telling her how it smell.
I don't know. It smells good. I'm ready to try it.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. See that nice outer crust there? And that comes from searing in the pan first when it's raw. Okay.
Can I try it?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to give you one of these real beautiful pieces right here. Yep.
Y'all got Kush in the house.
All right, so we're going to grab some plates. And, those are a little hot. But I always like to warm my plates. It just keeps everything.
I know why you like this, Antonio.
It's good.
I don't know why you like lamb.
Okay. So, we're just gonna plate some of this. These beautiful organic carrots. We have some small, fresh baby organic beets. Oh, trying to get away. I actually have some fennel in here as well as celery. Alright, and I'm going to pick up some of this lamb right here. Because this is still pretty warm. And I'm going to put some of this sauce on there.
Watch what you do now, Antonio. What are you going for?
Okay. Turn this off.
We're watching the Dallas game.
Yes, it's in overtime.
My mama doing her thing right here.
And this is a really rich sauce right here. Now, if you want, you can put it on your vegetables if you like. I'm just going to put a little bit of fresh parsley on it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Parsley, and voila, there it is. Roasted lamb with root vegetables.
What is it, lady?
Roast lamb with roasted root vegetables.
Delicious, delicious, delicious.
So let's come put this down. We have a glass of the Malbec with it. And, all right, I'm going to make one more plate. T-Cush. And that plate up. Do the same thing, plate a little Put a little meat on here. I like to make French back lambs as well, and that's also not very difficult to do, and it's a very again, very elegant meal. Put some of that on there. And another way to plate it, a lot of restaurants are putting the vegetables or mashed potatoes underneath, and then they set the meat and make more of a mound. That's another way you could plate it and have it look really elegant. And typically you always want to have a cloth or rag to kind of, when you're doing that, to make that presentation perfect.
And Chef Robin Lewis is open for any advice who wants her to make something special.
Yeah. And there we go. And
Thank y'all for watching too.
yep. Yep. I'm just gonna put a little bit on for T-Cush.
T-Cush having dinner tonight. Big man in the house.
Thomas, would you like any vegetables?
I'm just asking you.
Okay. He just wants me. Oh, and I forgot to parsley mine. So.
Gotta bring it back.
Somebody on there saying eat your vegetables quick.
Right.
Somebody. All right. Here's yours. All right. Put some parsley on mine, and we are ready to go. All right. Thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate you spending your time with us. We're just really grateful, and we hope you're having a warm and happy and healthy holiday season. Merry Christmas to you all. And
You want to make anything?
yeah, and if you have any requests, I'm going to try to do some cookies next week and see if I can get T-Cush to help me roll some, get in the kitchen.
The ladies, come on.
Yep, and some of our lady friends can come help, and so I'm going to try to make a few of my favorite recipes that I make at Christmas time. So we'll give you a heads up, but it'll probably be next weekend, probably Sunday. T-Cush has a show Friday night at Sidebars in Atlanta. If you could please come out and support us, we would love to meet you all. So, touchdown,
baby.
Dallas. Yep.
Cush in the house.
Ending to a game before a meal. So, thank you all again,
And come out to Sidebar this Friday. See T-Cush live if you in Atlanta, Georgia. Since Day One Records, we'll be there.
support the movement.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you so much.